Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss two problems which was asked in CodeVita Contest 3. I read problem first. The first problem is kth largest factor of n. Read the problem statement. A positive integer d is said to be a factor of another positive integer n if when n is divided by d, the remainder obtained is 0. For example, for number 12, there are 6 factors 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Every positive integer k has at least 2 factors 1 and number k itself. Given two positive integers n and k, write a program to print the kth largest factor of n. Like finding the first largest number, second largest number, third largest number. Okay. Here input format is the input is a comma separated list of positive integer pairs n, k. Output format the kth largest factor of n. If n does not have k factors, the outputs would be 1. Constraints n is ranging from 1 to a large number and k is ranging from 1 to 599. You can assume that n will have no prime factors which are large than 13. Here for input sample input 12 and 3. 12 is n value, 3 is a k value. The output should be 4. Before getting to the solution, I tell what is factor. Factors are the numbers you multiply together to get another number. For example, for a given number 6, the factors are 2 and 3. Okay. Here I need to find the largest factor. I told in problem itself, it is mentioned that 1 along with the n along with the k itself we can include for a number 6 we can include 1 2 3 then 6. Okay, so the kth if you wish to find second largest factor means we can print 3 for a number 6. For example, if you wish to tell all factors of 12 means the factors are 2 3 4 1 6 and 12. Okay, so the output will be 1 2 3 4 6 and 12 are the factors of 12. And if you wish to find the second largest factor means it will be a 6. Third largest factor means it will be a 6. It will be 4. Okay, and also for a negative value minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 6 and minus 12 also encoded for the negative value. Okay, but here they have mentioned that they will apply only for positive values. Okay, for a given number 12 and k is 3, the factors of 12 are 1 2 3 4 6 12. The highest factor is 12 and the third largest factor is 4. So output should be 4. Okay, here in implementation just include the header file and for getting the value n just declare variable. For getting the k value just declare variable k, and I for iteration and count for finding the number of factors. I just read the value n and k by using this scanf statement. Here inside the for loop just start from n, okay, and ending with 1. Okay, at every pass just decrement the value by 1. Just divide the given number n divided by I. If it is equal to 0, that is n remainder I equal to 0 means it may be a factor of particular number n. If it is so, just increment the counter. For example, if you are supplying the value 12 means just starting from 12 only, 12 remainder 12 is equal to 0. Now condition is true, you are incrementing the counter value by 1. So that is a first factor. first largest factor. Okay. In a similar way, next iteration, the n12 will be decremented by 1, no? Now, I equal to 11. 11 remainder, 12 remainder 11 is not equal to 0, so there is not a factor. If it is not a factor means the count will not be incremented. So, by using this loop, just by dividing, by getting the remainder, by applying n remainder I, we can get the number is divisible by I or not. If it is divisible means it will be a factor of n. Okay. This count value is used to track kth factor. Okay. If it is 1 means it is the first greatest factor. If it is 2 means it is second greatest factor. Okay. Here input is given as k, no. If count reaches k means you can tell that we have obtained the kth factor of n. If it is achieved, just immediately give break. Okay. If you never achieve the kth factor means you can just print 1. Okay. It may be a prime number, no? If it is a prime number, it may not happen. Okay. So it's very easy problem. Start from n and end with 1. Just apply n remainder I. If it is 0 means just maintain a counter, increment the counter by 1. If count reaches k, just print the value. There is a kth factor of n and immediately give break. If count is not reaching the k value means immediately print 1. That's all. Read the second problem. The problem name is counting rock samples. Read the problem statement. Joan Markinho is a geologist and he needs to count rock samples in order to send it to a chemical laboratory. He has a problem. The laboratory only accepts rock samples by a range of its size n ppm, that is parts per million. Joan receives the rock samples one by one and he classifies the rock samples according to the range of the laboratory. This process is very hard because the number of rock samples may be in millions. Joan needs your help. Your task is to develop a program to get the number of rocks in each of the ranges accepted by the laboratory. Okay. Here they will give the rock sample values in ppm format. Okay. And they give the ranges, starting range and ending range. We need to identify number of rock samples that is available in the given range. So here the input format will be a positive integers s separated by a blank space and a positive integer r. Okay. A list of size, a list of the sizes of s samples as positive integers separated by a r lines, where ith line containing the two positive integers, space separated indicating the minimum size and maximum size respectively of the ith range. That is, the input will be the size of an array, that is number of samples array, and r value. R value is a number of ranges that you wish to get. For example, if r value is 2 means they will query 2 inputs by specifying the starting range and ending range. Okay. Here the output will be r lines, where the ith line containing the single non-negative integer indicating the number of the samples which lie in the range. Constraints is ranging from s is ranging from 10 to 10,000. R is ranging from 1 to 10 lakh. Size of each sample in ppm. Okay. Here for sample input 10 and 2. 10 is a size of the rack samples, that is number of rack samples values in ppm, and 2 is a number of queries. Here next line we are having the starting range and ending range, lowest range and highest range. From 3 what you need to guess it is from 300 to 350 how many number of samples are available. Just check 1 2, only 2 samples are available. From 400 to 700 we have 1 604 433 704, not 704, which is not under the range 700. We have 604, 433, 470 and 517. So only 4 samples are available. So it is very easy problem. Okay, we have explained already. Here you start with the header file as include stdio.h and have an array. Okay, the largest size it is mentioned in the constraint, and size of the array and the number of queries, that is t. For looping purpose I used inj variable. Okay, and r1 is the lowest range and r2 is mean for highest range. Okay, for maintaining the number of rack samples available I use a counter variable which is initiated to 0. I get the size of a array and number of queries by using the scanf statement. I get array elements by using it is rack sample values by using scanf statement inside the for loop. Here I get for every query starting from 0 to t minus 1 query. For example, if we are giving 2 means this loop will runs 2 times. Okay, I'm getting lowest range and highest range, and I'm scanning the array and checking the array elements is greater than r1 as well as array elements less than or equal to r2. The number of rack sample values in ppm which is available in between the r1 and r2 value. If it is satisfied, the count will be incremented by 1. Okay, it's very easy. Then immediately print the count. For processing the next query, for next range, we are resetting the count equal to 0. Again it will get range 1, lowest range and highest range, and check for the condition in the array. If it is satisfied, it will increment the counter by 1 accordingly. It's very easy problem which was asked in CodeVita contest last year. Okay, I hope you understood the concept. Thank you, students.